West. Salute to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. We'll be back on Active Chucks running some of this content for the fan base. I know the numbers might not look dissimilar. We still do our regular numbers, but we're not getting the big splash that we get at the Damu Kiwe Conversations. But I just made it home. Hit that like button as you come in. This live ain't even going to, so they got to go to YouTube, Lamonte Sims, or the Damu Kiwe Conversation. Let's put that up there. We got two of them you could go. Make sure you subscribe when you get to the Damu Kiwe Conversation. Salute to the brother Yael. I don't know if he gonna pop in or not. Salute to the Blue Wrench Mob in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Hullum, salute. Hey, look, man, we on YouTube right now at Lamonte Sims, Damu Kiwe Conversations. The Active Chuck Live is still out of commission. CS2 Bat was successful in his reporting to slow down the traction on the Active Chuck. This is a monumental hit. Do you understand the power of our voice? Do y'all understand the power of the content we bring? Real journalists tap in with us about content. So today, I hope y'all hit that like button. I know y'all might not know what's going on. Nose to Brim, what up? Salute. Kurt Hullum, salute. No, we ain't doing no live. We live right now. Finna run the content. We on YouTube live right now. Big U PC'd up. No jumper allows Gumby slander. See, I don't know what's going on out here. Y'all act like y'all ain't heard Big U say what it was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all trying to provoke information, incite people to respond with information while this brother is fighting against the federal government. Oh, you too? So now he's supposed to have to fight against the biggest battle of his life. We're going to get into some of these other slanderous people on the internet. Hit that like button, man. We're going to turn up today for Eugene Henley Jr. See, shout out to the union. And I know it's F the union. You know what I'm saying? We can't curse yet. But I love them brothers, man. Shout out to the most scandalous Los Angeles TV, the GOAT. Shout out to Dose of Reality TV. Y'all know my bro changed the game, nigga. Real influencers. ETE, smoked out TV news. Salute to the brother. Shout out Hennessy Reviews. Act That Girl Henny. Shout out Fan West TV. Stand on the media. Hey, look, we got the content. Hit that like button. So, the brothers don't want Duse M to respond. And I can take my DP if need be. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Big U told y'all what he do. Let him keep talking. I'm going to bring him to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Don't never forget Big U told y'all that, nigga. Do y'all understand the hellfire you going to go through at any misrepresentation of any of me or my niggas? Nigga, now, if it's some accurate shit, a nigga must humble himself, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we came to humble Hoover Gumby today. See, we gonna make this a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? People, hey, first of all, salute Hoover Gumby. You definitely, you're here. You're in the internet creating a conversation tips off to you. I can respect that. You was getting it one way, you trying something different, but one thing you can't do is mix oil and water. That's the messy shit. And you can't put your name on the line and speak up on shit like Big U draws. Got rolled it up, PC'd it up, and turned Muslim. You're the first time anybody ever said anything about him PCing up. Hit that like button, man. Nothing. Known as this man is the most notorious black leader in South Central Los Angeles. Politically, nigga. I'm talking about got the deals with the radio stations, does these backpack and football programs, getting paid through the mayor's office, LA City Hall, because of the reputation that he had built before. And then you say, oh, that nigga turned Muslim in jail. Like he was being pressed. Imagine that. Imagine you on a yard and your big homie who had a report, admittingly, this kid admittingly says his G homie had a rapport with Big U. Oh, we gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna just sum it up for a teaching moment so y'all understand the gravity of the shit we spitting over here. So the nigga, as if Big U was pressed and turned Muslim in jail. Well, first of all, you was in jail, so maybe you didn't see FX's biggest documentary in their history. Maybe you didn't see the biggest documentary in FX history, nigga. Because had you seen Big U's film, then you would have known that he said when he got to Chicago, he picked up Islam. He did that before he went to jail. But to insinuate like you pressed one a nigga over here, that just don't happen, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We don't fuck with busters, yees, lollies, or whatever you're trying to insinuate. And the crazy shit, he started off giving him, he's a powerful brother, a black leader in the community. He started off, and then I'm nigga like, is this nigga working for CS2 back? I mean, obviously. You've been out of jail 10 years. Free. Supposed to got the millions on the lawsuit. Big U was out here. None of that energy. Nah. Right? So, it was a situation, right? And this is the fucked up part. Shout out to Tank from Hoover, though. Some of the Hoovers fuck with that nigga. Are you crazy? Even though TD and them could tell you a story about when they went to Tookie's funeral, right? A cold situation. TD just don't do the internet because all you police ass niggas on here is investigating. He just take care of his family, go to work, keep his nose clean. But he could tell you a story where that was a situation, but Big U told me that story. But even crazier, I remember hearing a famous story about Big U, right? And Big U told me that it'll be in the paperwork because the feds had the phones tapped the whole time anyway. Facts, receipts. That's what we do in the Damu Kiwe Conversation. I don't know where you do it, where the bar at, but we kind of up there, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we had receipts the whole time. Hashtag ETE. Hit that like button, man. So, first, Big U was a Muslim once he went to and read that book when he went to move to Chicago. Maybe you don't know who his father is, what his father do in Chicago, Illinois. Maybe you don't know the story. But since you ill-informed, but got the audacity to come publicly and slander one of my niggas, then you know it's up. Hey, but look, hit that like button. Let me get into the chat, man. I ain't even been in the chat. Hit that like button. Hey, to those on Insta, I pinned YouTube Lamonte Sims and that Damu Kiwe Conversations. You can go up there and get the content. Oh, man, my nigga Deuce coming on. What a feeling. I love this feeling. Oh, you know, hey, listen, man, and we appreciate your support and all of the support in the chat. Salute 100, bro. Steffi Weffy, brother Jerry Griffin. Hey, prayers for the brothers. I don't want everybody business out there, but prayers for the brother. Got 2 surgeries coming up, man. Prayers in the chat. I don't know if you want his business out there like that, but just know one of our loved ones that stays support, you know what I'm saying, is finna go through 2 surgeries, man, dealing with health issues. Hopefully we get that, get through that and get news on that soon. D-Twin, salute Duse M's in the chat. You already know what's happening. Salute to the mods and free in the chat. Free Big U. Free Brick Not the Trick. Yeah, free Brick Not the Trick, man. Y'all don't like Brick. I fucks with Brick, man. He was a good brother. He was a father to his daughter, man. That says a lot more than a lot of you niggas. That means he has some kind of integrity and morals. So until y'all can show me some paperwork, I ain't gonna down Brick Not the Trick. Lights, camera, action. We doing our thing. Yeah. For sure. G-Mac, Damu and Kiwe Conversations back in the building, giving y'all the dopest and realest content for sure. Salute, Active Chucks. Hey, Active Chuck. 2 P's in the beat, the homie G-Mac's in there. Vidal Johnson, God. Hey, listen, the brother God is in the chat. Salute to you, God. He said, what the damn deal? Fuck, boy, we passed. I can get, hey, fuck, boy. There's only one person that if y'all see it in the chat, any of the chat, that call me a fuck boy, please don't shoot them. Don't put them on timeout. Vidal Johnson, man, that's God, man. That's the brother, man. Pull up, brother, nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He pulled up, supported back to school supply drive, Active Chucks out in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? He from a different state. You know, Megan Davis, what up? I know y'all in here 14 minutes. We gonna get into this chat a little more. Mike B, salute to the bro. Whoa, you already know what it do. Man, I talked to my dog. Shout out my nigga Baby Bomb, Bank Things, Neighbors, NHB. You know what I'm saying? My crimey on the bank robbery. You know what I'm saying? He got out. You know what I'm saying? Burnt. Good brother, man. That on my paperwork, that's Trayvon Adams. You know what I'm saying? He's shout out to my bro Trey, man. Love that nigga. Beautiful black lady. We gonna be he want to interview me. He ain't even agreed for me to interview him. He want to interview me. That's my nigga though. Whatever he want. Dead homie. Beautiful black lady. Salute, showing love, but I gotta work in the AM. So enjoy the content. I'm out. Well, thank you for your support. Baby Dig, what's good, y'all? Hit that like button. All right, it's 15 minutes. We gonna get into it. I heard the rumor Big U got hit. Oh, man, it's so much bullshit. Fuck Gumby. He crying to a mountaineer why they won't let the Hoovers come on there just to diss another black man. At this point, he got them looking desperate. Hey, they said he had them M's. I was taught to be a black revolutionary, independent militant soldier. Independent. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he's proclaiming that they put the Crip in Crip. I'm just saying, my nigga. I don't know, my nigga. That look kind of different when a nigga has dependencies upon mountaineers. We want our own, nigga. That's always been our shit. Since the Maroons, nigga. Throughout the Americas, nigga. Since the Maroons, nigga. And the Seminole War, 1 and 2, nigga. We always wanted our own and to be left the fuck alone, bro. Self-governance. That's instilled into everything we represent on either side of the flag, bro. Fact. Fuck that hanging with Mr. Cooper with glasses looking boy. Hey, look, support the prince. Say, man, hey, man. Okay, we got him. Let's get to this content, man. I mean, this shit be so this should be so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And no jumper. We gonna build with the brother. We not trying to put it on you and not hold the mountaineer accountable. We got something for no jumper too. It seems they're accustomed to allowing slander of Big U and his character publicly. That's the federal, even though the shit from no jumper. What up with it? What up with it, Em? So these people come with more bullshit about Big U. Let's start with this shit, man. Y'all won't never get it, and here come another one. It looked like niggas running the same play. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying from this seat, you know what I'm saying? That it looked like niggas might be running the same play because the 16er is a real cop, bro. You know what I'm saying? The 16er is the feds, bro. I don't know if his capacity, but just his whole actions, his movement. You know, talk like a duck, quack like a duck, look like a duck. Got the ducks home wired up for sound, trying to start fights. We was just reading the COINTELPRO shit about how they had the United Slaves whacking Black Panthers, nigga. The FBI just starting shit and fake rumors, disinformation, the same shit whacking Adam 22 do on social media. Had the media spreading false propaganda to instigate further divide and even elimination of Black Panther members. This was acted out on UCLA. So when you talking about the same play, I'm not just talking about Adam 16er bringing loose Coochie Ashley to implicate Big U in crimes on his platform, even insinuating that Big U had foreknowledge about before the unalive and the Nipsey Hussle. Hit the like button, man. We finna cook. So you get these niggas coming on here. So we gonna get, I'm not saying that, oh, it's the same play that 16er ran with this nigga from Hoover, Gumby. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the same play that them niggas ran back there between the United Slaves and the Black Panther Party. The feds always focus on divide. They always focus and target on differences, trying to get you to focus on nothing but differences. I'm a Christian, he's a Muslim. I'm a Blood, he's a Crip. I'm a Democrat, he's a Republican. The difference, I'm light-skinned, he dark-skinned. You know what I'm saying? He identifies as aboriginal to the Americas. He identifies as an Afro-American. He identifies as an Asiatic black man, right? Or he identifies as the first inhabitants of the earth. So, understanding that, they just keep us separated, fighting for the crumbs off of master's table, divided, focusing on an argument about being on Adam 16's platform. Come on, man. And now here he goes again, implicating Big U name. They need more conversation. They need a second superseding indictment. See, I don't know if y'all been to the feds like Duse M's been to the feds. Duse M's done. Salute, we cooking today. We cooking. Salute on IG. If you can see us, go on to Lamonte Sims or the Damu Kiwe Conversation, the Active Chuck page. Right now, I can't go live. CS2 back took me out the game for 7 days. Maybe tomorrow it's up. I'll check. Hey, 2 Capone, nigga, what's happening? Let's pop about it TV, divide and conquer. Hey, man, that's a fact. It's the only way for them to have a chance. Listen, because united, hey, I done been on them yards, nigga. I done seen what unity amongst people that look like us look like. And how far niggas gonna go. Yeah. Some real strong brothers from across the Americas, nigga. Niggas gonna stand for this blackism against all oppression, against all inequalities. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're cool, you know what I'm saying, with the status quo, the politics that is, you know what I'm saying? If you're cool with that, hey, man, I mean, you're a conformist. Maybe it's because you benefited off of the structure. You found success in that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But we want to change the whole dynamics. We want our own independence. How's we independent when we don't, our biggest bank, black on melanated, we ain't gonna even say black, we're gonna be politically correct. You melanated celestial beings that look like us, right? Like this, right? Let me get to this content because I'm gonna go all the way off subject if I don't hurry up and get this out. So let me get to the content, man. Shout out to the chat, man. The chat's where it's at. Stay active in the chat. I'm giving y'all the question. The poll. So CS2. Let's go to Gumby. Let's go to Gumby from Hoover. I think he 9 Deuce, so Hoover Criminal Gang. This is how he represents himself at this age. Salute to him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he really believed in what he stood on. I can get that. But we got to see that in action. Let's go.
Big U is like one of the figures that you have to check in with. Y'all calling him Big U right now, but at the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm Hoover though. Like, I'm Hoover though. Listen, go did some PC shit. Hoover.
This nigga said Groove did some PC shit on Hoover. Hey, maybe he liked that. I got a lot of pull in them politics. I could get away with a lot. Done got away with a lot, right? He put that on Hoover that Big U did some PC shit. Damn. Niggas, hey, what niggas be saying? That's why homies turning over in their grave right now. He put that on Hoover. This nigga out of pocket. Nigga, we ain't just gonna let you. Let's back that up. Hey, one thing about them Hoovers, man, they don't even do the online politics. This nigga gotta be a joint. Not only to be on here doing this, going back and forth with the other boy, now to put that on Hoover about Big U. Maybe this is what they trying to push right now. Let's hear this.
On Hoover though. Listen, go did some PC shit. Hoover. Go turned Muslim. He dropped his flag.
What? He turned Muslim in jail. He did some PC shit. He turned Muslim and dropped his flag. This is what a Hoover nigga is telling y'all about Big U on Hoover. On Hoover. Damn. Hey, listen, bro. It's so, bro, the irony of it all. Fuck all that. I'm finna clear this shit right now. Hit the motherfucking like button. Nigga. There's a story that Big U, the nigga you said did some PC shit, handled one of his own people on behalf of a Hoover that got touched because niggas got paid by some Mahindes. Mahindes paid a nigga to do something to a nigga from Hoover, and they moved on it unauthorized, and instead of a war, Big U stood on business. Nigga knocked the nigga eye out the socket. Nigga went to the hole where he paroled from. Where the fuck he do some PC shit in front of some Hoovers at, nigga? Muslim, the nigga was a Muslim before he went to the pen. When he moved to Chicago, he was still a teenager. He came in a Muslim. Ain't nothing changed. Maybe in your belief. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get into that. We're going to get into just the whole politics about gang members assume because you're a gangbanger, you can't have no belief in God or any spiritual relations. Even such agenda sound like it come from the devil, nigga. You mean you discourage any belief in the Creator, the Most High. This brother's so out of touch. His aura is so fucked up, he don't even see these little calculations. But in their mind, because you're a gang member, you couldn't have any religious belief. But Big U came in to the pen from Chicago, where he became a Muslim. He read the Malcolm X book. If I know the story and it's public, you should know the story before you come up on here putting shit on Hoover that you can't stand on, nigga. Not even mention the fact you've been out of jail for 10 years, bro. We heard nada. Not even poquito, nigga. And a nigga fighting the United States federal government. United States versus Eugene Henley Jr. The weighted hat on a black man's shoulders. And you get up here and this is what y'all promoting to the internet community. This is what the Hoovers is putting forth to the internet community. Yeah. I don't think so, my nigga. I think this nigga is too far off the handle, bro. You act like that's what you want to do. I thought niggas came on here to try to do something constructive. My bad. Let's get back to this interview. But yeah, first 30 seconds. That's so far, that's my take on OG Gumby from Hoover. Big U PC'd up, dropped his flag, and snitched on the neighborhood 40 Crip.
But it is what it ain't going hard in the paint. Y'all know the slogan. Start a YouTube page, get your cash. Look, we got another one for you today, this morning, top of the movie, and we finna get straight to it. Look, we got Real Tune TV. Go check out Real Tune TV. They got great content, good content, and the best, one of the best interviews out there. Dig this. Go like and subscribe and show love, right? Now, Real Tune TV brought on OG Gummy from South Hoover. And he asked him this question about Big U. Is Big U the boogeyman? Is Big U is the one that you got to see? You got to check in with when you come to LA. And OG Gumby responded like this.
You gotta
Grow turned Muslim. He dropped his flag.
LA.
But he was
hey,
a Crip.
Hold on. We had a minute and a half. First, he went to No Jumper. He get a No Jumper interview out of nowhere. I never heard of the dude. But when nigga run to make Get Back echo, oh, he was supposed to be in that. I hear the shit about the sex. I don't know. Don't give a fuck. Salute to that brother for overcoming whatever trials and tribulations he had to overcome to still be alive today and to be on the internet, right? But this nigga already on this channel, who channel is this, man? Hold on, man. Moving Through Your Hood TV is talking about you gotta check in with Big U when Big U is facing a federal indictment for saying niggas gotta check in with him or them or us, however they want to frame it. Let's go. 1:24. This is how we start a 9-minute interview. Damn, this is crazy.
When he went to jail and he dropped his flag, I ain't seen nowhere on the Crip application where you can drop your flag for 16, 15 years and then get out of prison and then come back and control and be the whole leader of LA. No, once you drop your flag, it's over with. Whether you turn Muslim, Christian, or whatever, and that's what he did. Big U was a Muslim his whole time in prison. I seen a blog where he said he knocked out like 30 Mexicans or whatever. Right. I wasn't there for that. I didn't hear anything about that in prison. You know what I mean? But that's my assessment of him. You know what I mean? Basically, like, he was a Muslim in jail. That was the last time I seen him. I believe his name was Hannibal. And he wasn't just a Muslim. He was a bean pie Muslim. Like,
what is a bean pie Muslim?
A bean pie, a Malcolm X. He dropped.
Like he was in the Nation of Islam?
Yes, completely. He was no longer seen as a Crip. We had a situation to where my gang and
let's stop there.
In the neighborhood.
So you saying that Big U's a buster, because the real definition of a buster is a nigga that don't claim his hood no more, right? That nigga did some buster shit, which would be a little different. But basically, this is what this dude is on, running the content and then trying to act like he's trying to instigate an issue between the 40s and Big U's side of the 60s. Nigga, he told the he sold the 40s out, said that they did a murder. Why is you on here talking about who did some hot ones and about who's checking in and we just getting to know you? I'm really asking myself, is this nigga compromised with CS2 back? Stand on the media here. You already know, Deuce. That's a CS2 badges play. You know he plays both sides of the game. Wax sent him. Hey, listen. Before I even got there, My nigga stand on the media fast as a motherfucker, nigga. He already sees the play. It's this CS2 Back's mortal enemy. Says he would just happen to be in the pen with Big U. The first person who ever said that, say he was no longer looked at as a Crip. Well, first and foremost, thank you for that. I'm quite sure with all these bitch ass niggas in his paperwork right now, it's a whole lot of bad feelings he might have to say looking at some Crips, specifically his own homeboys or so-called associates. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he has those type of thoughts at times right now. You know what I'm saying? When it appears that these niggas on the streets wanted me out the way, they wanted the contract. Them niggas was so jealous that they wanted the contract. And one of the partners, if you believe CS2 Back, at No Jumper, didn't have a problem with you getting that interview. And this guy obviously didn't have no problem with you getting that interview. I mean, maybe he just clout chasing. Big U's in what's called, but they're blowing up Hoover, undermining this man's name, implicating him in knowing something about some hot ones in the 40s did allegedly. Like, that's a whole lot in the first 2 minutes of an interview, 2 minutes and 37 seconds for the 37. That's crazy, bro. OG Hoover Bub disagree with this shit Gumby doing. Hey, listen, man, I seen that too, but that's Hoover business, and I respect his position. Nigga, we don't move like that, nigga. Whatever niggas got, niggas can go ahead and politic that at Manchester Park or wherever, right? Get off the internet with it. The feds is on the internet, and he alluded to one of the niggas being a rat, the biggest rat. He was talking about CS2 Back. He just didn't want to step into this internet bullshit. Everybody in the streets know these niggas working, bro. But this nigga wanted to be, anytime a nigga go No Jumper now, nigga, you got to start questioning that off the gate. What's this nigga's intention? Is he compromised? You know what I'm saying? Shit. They dirty bag up Big U name and keep the homie in the big. Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. Niggas live in this nigga's shadows, nigga. Nigga, you couldn't even look that nigga in the eyes.
Went to
bro.
war.
I don't give a fuck what
saying when I was in prison, Big U,
yeah, you talking about
which was Hannibal at the time, he basically got a pass. The day my homeboy Straw Dog, HRP from 07, got killed in Folsom, Marcelli was the homie from 11 Deuce, you know what I mean? And he had the yard, basically meaning that he was like, he had the keys. And, you know what I mean, he was a little bit older than me. And he knew a lot of different, older, gang members from different gangs. And he was, fairly acquainted with, Big U, who name was Hannibal at the time. And on the day that Straw Dog XRP got killed, we getting, tidbits of different information about what happened. First we heard that it was a riot in Folsom, and then we heard that a black got killed, and then we heard that it was a black on black situation. Hannibal comes through the work exchange gate, and he's calling my big homie, and he's basically asking to speak to him. He hurried over and talked to the homie. And I was a few feet away from where they were talking at, and he explained.
Real quick, do they know Jesus' disciples was thugs and criminals, right? Well, they did try to stone that nigga Judas nigga. So yeah, they wasn't going for it. But I see a lot of other people got different ideologies, you know. They look down on anything associated with structure. Let's go.
He said, saying, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Saying, I'm sorry for your loss, saying, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the homie like looked at him like, what you talking about? And he, saying, went on to say, oh, I'm sorry, you didn't know. He gave a name of the dude from 40s who killed the homie and explained to us that the 60s didn't have nothing to do with it. And at that point, I'm saying the homie explained to him like that we would investigate. I'm saying thanks for the information, etc., etc. So when he walked back to me, because I was only standing a few feet away, I'm saying asked me, did I hear it? I heard it. So now I know this war. And at this time, I'm saying I'm probably like 19, 20 years old.
And he's 19, 20 years old.
Like I said, it's yard recall.
He's 19, 20 years old on the yard, hearing all of this and talking about retaliation, and he still ain't got to no retaliation. But Big U was in this conversation giving up the 40s. We got nothing to verify that, to validate that, but your word. A word that didn't come out for 10 years since you've been out. You didn't even speak on this. But now, after going to No Jumper, you come out talking about he's a buster. He was not looked at as a Crip. You 19 years old, right? What up, Chinte? I see my nephew up in there, the Vermont General. Salute, fool. But yeah, bro, this nigga speaking up on that though, and then trying to throw flames to the fire of the 40s and the 60s. I'm really starting to believe that these No Jumper niggas and the feds is targeting the 40s. This nigga act like first the 6-0's under one indictment, right? They said it was 60 niggas on it. That wasn't 60 on that indictment. Y'all don't remember when Loose Cannon came out and said it was a Rollin 60s indictment and it was 60 people they was picking up, but they ain't picked up 60. So that means a lot of niggas probably talking and others just ain't the investigation's not finished. So they still under investigation. Now here he come in talking about Big U. Big U's a buster, some hot ones, and trying to tie that to him. This is really groovy, huh? Hey, Gumby, this is really groovy, huh? This is crazy, nigga. Hit that motherfucking like button, man. Y'all know we gonna flame up this bullshit.
So we have the information that we needed that the homie, died, by the hands of, the neighborhoods. So immediately we plotting revenge. I mean, one of ours dead, we gonna make one of y'all dead too. So the only neighborhood 60s, actually the only neighborhoods that was up there was, I believe, Little Squeak was behind the wall, and Hannibal, which was formerly known as Big U. So now it's to the point to where our building officers are calling us by name to come in. You know, I was like saying, like, let's get Big U. But one of my older homies who was a Muslim, kind of like, not even kind of like pretty much told me, Gumby, shut the fuck up. And he explained to me that that's not Big U. His name is Hannibal.
Is this nigga on drugs? This nigga talking about he's Big U. He'd heard Big U sell out the 40s to his big homie, saying that he was sorry that he had took a loss on their homie or whatever. And instead of being like, okay, the homie got the opposition sold up and giving us information, he I want to get Big U. And his big homie tell him, shut the fuck up. You 19 years old, talking about you want to get Big U. You ain't said why you want to get Big U. You said that he said the Foleys did it, and they saying that the Foleys did it. So what made you want to get Big U? What'd he do to you? Shit crazy, man. Hey, the feds got to come better than this, my nigga.
Explain to me the difference between a devout Muslim and him. And what she said, he like, look, I go to Juma, you know what I'm saying? And I, you know what I'm saying, believe in Allah, and I practice as much as I can. But I straddle the fence because I'm still over here dealing with Hoover politics and prison politics. But Hannibal, which is Big U, you know, he adopted the Islamic culture completely. He dropped his flag. In our communities, you can't do that. That's equivalent to PCing up without PCing up. Like, if I'm a gang member and I turn Christian, Muslim, or non-affiliate, or I don't bang no more, I'm a second-rate citizen now. And what I mean by that's like PCing up. PCing up means that you go into protective custody, right? But when you turn Christian or Muslim or any of these other different religious denominations, right?
Why you keep saying turn? The nigga being a Muslim. When he was in the county, when him and my little brother got down, he was a Muslim. So what the fuck you mean a second what you call it? Yeah, Booger Brim called Big U out for the fade, nigga. They got down in the county jail 2003. Ali Bob was on the floor and some other niggas. Witnesses to the fade. So what is you talking about? Second class citizen. And he turned. Nigga, he been a Muslim. After they got down, them niggas prayed together. Both of them niggas came in and were Muslim. Don't act like all Muslims is holier than thou. A lot of us fall short of our achievement, and sometimes that should be a journey. Every day, nigga, wish and strive to get closer to the Most High, to be more like him, to be more with the universe, with his creation. That shit ain't just overnight. This shit is crazy, bro. Hey, I swear to God, I didn't even hear all of this part. I thought this dude came out like, I'm like, damn, okay. He came out on the Hoover shit. I get that part. He fucking up by begging from a mountaineer when we want our own. That's what me and Big U was working on. We want our own, bro. Now that money had to go on a lawyer. We had to take that money back out for his lawyer, bro. He's still fighting his case. And you on here talking about you heard Big U talking about some hot ones. And the YouTuber is talking about he's the guy you got to check in with. This shit is crazy. And all the while trying to get the tension with the rolling 40s and the rolling 60s up. First and foremost, I think y'all over investing into that divide. I'm quite sure some people might not like each other. That's how beef with old allies. But I don't hear them niggas going at it in the streets. Why are y'all trying to bring up old wounds? This is what you want. And why are you implicating and hearing Big U talk about some hot ones anyway? I guess this is groovy.
What you're doing is that you're stepping back from all of the politics, from all of the gang politics. You know what I'm saying? You're living your life for God. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying Big U chose to do. So for 15 plus years, this man was a fuck Muslim. No disrespect to the Muslims.
No,
I
he
feel
on my
disrespected
Instagram,
because
John Jr.
he even played the religious card. Like 15 years, you're a Muslim. So how the fuck you get out of jail and talking about you the king of LA?
So there you have it, folks. OG Gumby from Hoover said he feel disrespected by Big U pushing his Crip
Network.
when he
Salute.
denounced Crip in prison. He put his flag down. He became a devoted Muslim, a bean pie Muslim. Big U should have no say so in this Crip business because he put his flag down. His name was Hannibal. He was no longer
I'm still
Big U
Hannibal. You
from
didn't
Rolling
see the
60s.
indictment?
One of the Hoovers got killed. Big U came over to the Hoovers, talked to one of their G homies, sent his condolences.
Why does nigga
Hannibal
sound nervous?
told the
The
OG Hoover
narrator.
that it was no 60s that killed your homies. It was the 40 neighborhoods that killed your homies. That's some deep stuff to tell your enemy about your ally. That was kind of nerve-wracking right there when he said that. Like, whoa, I would never did that right there. You know what I'm saying? I would just send my condolences. I mean, you know. But I would have never said that. But, man, what y'all feel about this right here, man? I ain't really got too much to say about it, man. Y'all heard what he said. You know, Big U wasn't cripping up in there. He was a Muslim. He get out here. He pushing a whole cold line.
Big U was out here pushing a cold.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
The
Hey,
man-
we're tired of having the
the
wool
man-
pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements.
The man who brought the gang violence in his grid down throughout his tender from day uno, and they knew he was one of the ones that could do it, so they made sure they got him the bag to do it. He had the relationships with Tank from Hoover and all these other niggas. He really wanted to bring down the murder rates within his community. He got out trying to illustrate that. Islam helped mold his mind to doing that. See, there's different levels to this gangster shit, bro. And I see where you at, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Just because you's a rider, everybody ain't a thinker. You said he can't be the voice out here for Crips and this and this and this and that. Who said he was the voice of Crip? He's a reputable Crip. He did what he was supposed to when he was supposed to. And he grew and evolved like everyone in life's supposed to do. You and your growth seems to have been stunning, bro. Psychologically, I can't even digest why you would even speak as if you was on this nigga level, bro. I done had conversations with Draws. He don't talk much. And he damn sure ain't gonna reveal how sharp he is, nigga. But he got comfortable with me and Most Scandalous Los Angeles one day, and we had a deep conversation as black men. That's what he on. You talking about who's supposed to run this and that, nigga. You from Hoover, you should know. Don't nobody run shit, nigga. Nigga, it's the food chain out there. Them YNs will light your motherfucking ass up. You think they give a fuck? I was popping niggas 30 years ago, 15 years ago. What you doing now, nigga? Niggas ain't letting niggas, let alone Big U. You see niggas telling on that nigga. Think he was worried about some Crip time, bro? That nigga was growing. Obviously, when you take that pledge, it's till death with some niggas that really meant that. It's in their heart. But even more than that, on the West Coast, nigga, in South Central, nigga, where this gangster shit started at, it's generations and generations of tribes, of villages. Niggas is like family. Growing up through the struggle. Nigga, them ties are never severed, nigga. Oh, well, he because he grew spiritually and he turned Muslim, he turned Muslim on the street. after reading Malcolm X book. That doesn't make him no less of a Crip or whatever. He found himself and knew he had a higher purpose. What's your purpose? If you speaking up on the throne and you think you should be put in this position, right? What is your plan, sir? I know what Big U vision was. I know what his businesses was doing. I know the events I done ran with him in the community. What the fuck you done did for the community? See, the dynamics of power, this shit is a language you obviously don't speak, my nigga. You don't even sound like you understand the practical application of power, nigga. It's levels to this shit, nigga. Seems like you didn't even get admissions into a JC, nigga. But on some other shit, you say that because he ain't denounced his heritage, that's the word, his culture, right? His cultural ties. He can't be a Muslim. First and foremost, ain't nobody judge a Muslim save Allah. Save Allah. Right? And if you believe in the 5 pillars of Islam, nigga, you's a Muslim. And then we are Muslims at the heart of everything anyway, because all a Muslim is one who does the will of Allah. And we are doing the will of Allah whether we know it or not. All merciful, all wise. Alhamdulillah. But back to this, and you judging this, brother, let me get to this real quick. So let's go here, right? You're going to judge whether or not this brother could be a Crip and a Muslim. Well, let's talk about the house real quick, right? I want you to go to the motherland, to where the Hausa people live, right? This is a challenge for that ignorant nigga from Hoover, the one trying to start gang wars online. So divide on a platform begging a mountaineer after getting $8 million. This is crazy. So I want y'all to pay attention to some of the wording about the Hausa people. Pay attention.
The Hausa people, one of Africa's largest ethnic groups, have a rich history rooted in northern Nigeria and southern Niger. Traditionally, the Hausa were animals.
I know some of y'all believe in ancestral DNA in Nigeria. A lot of us tend to have that in these DNA tests. Maybe you can see the similarities of ignorant groove. Let's go.
Worshipping nature spirits and ancestral gods. In the 11th century, Islam began to spread, brought by traders and scholars. Over time, Islam became the dominant religion, deeply influencing Hausa culture and governance. Islamic practices, such as daily prayers and Ramadan, became integral to Hausa life. Islamic scholars, or malams, played a key role in education and law. Despite Islamic influence, the Hausa still celebrate traditional festivals like.
Despite the Islamic takeover, the Hausa still celebrate traditional festivals. Tradition. Like Hood Day. It's a tradition in my village, in my community, for March Madness, nigga. I made a song called March Madness, nigga. And you on here talking about a nigga can't be a Muslim. Talking about he can't be a Muslim and be a Crip. Nigga, it's the same thing. The culture, the traditional festivals. Nigga, we tribal people. And forget if it was in Africa. The same for those religious beliefs in the Americans, the Aboriginals here, bro. This dude is off, bro.
Like the Durbar, a grand equestrian parade.
Nigga,
Today,
listen.
the Hausa continue to blend Islamic and traditional practices in their daily lives. The story of the Hausa people is a test.
Hey, John Jr., shout out my pops, man. So the politics is started, right? So my dad, John Jr., J.J. Brown, say, what's the difference with his homeboy being a Muslim and Big U being a Muslim? What about that? We gonna have to change his name from Gumby to Goofy Gumby Groove, nigga. Triple G, nigga. Goofy Gumby Groove, nigga. This nigga is goofy, nigga. What's the difference with your homeboy being a Muslim and half-stepping and Big U being a Muslim? You said that the nigga was not on his deen and said that what's the difference with him being a Muslim and him not being a PC and him being able to tell you to shut the fuck up, which means you the buster? Because if these niggas is busters, because Big U's a buster, because he turned Muslim in jail, right? So your homeboy turned Muslim, but he was faking with his Islam, so he ain't a buster? He ain't a second-class citizen? It sounds like you selective politicking, my nigga, to push an agenda, to push a narrative. Damn, John Jr. fried him. Nigga, that's the number one question right there. Let's get to, we finna go to the chat real quick. Let me pause this, man. Hit that like button if y'all ain't already hit it. Get us in the algorithm. I'm finna go to, I'm gonna make a toll based on what John Jr. said. That was a hell of a motherfucking question. For Triple G, hashtag Triple G. That's Goofy Gumby Groove, nigga. He got that from Whack Weenie Pussy No Honey, straight busters. Yees. So I'm gonna put Triple G, nigga. So here goes the hashtag ETE in the chat. I just got some from the brothers too. I got you smoked out. Good looking out, bro. I got you as soon as I finish getting into the houses. So you got the Hausa people. You got the Fulani tribe. This is their customs. This is their culture. Their unique culture, right? And despite their beliefs in Islam, they're able to still represent their village, their customs, their traditions. But obviously, Triple G believes that gang members in Los Angeles shouldn't have these rights, shouldn't have a culture, shouldn't have these unique customs, traditions. This is what his argument is saying. I mean, by his assessment, when he's trying to target Big U, that, let me see, is Gumby Whack 100 new exposer? Yes, no. He's definitely working, though. Definitely working an agenda. So some people might not believe it's whack, but might believe that he's definitely working with an agenda. Get active in the chat. The chat's where it's at. But yeah, so that's the Hausa tribe. So we got into the Hausa people and their religious practices. And it's customary within Islam. Fuck the streets and what he talking about. Within Islam, you could do that. You don't see the similarities in West Coast culture. The graffiti, nigga, the graffiti. You don't see the graffiti. The music. You don't see the West Coast twist, the South Central twist. You know what I'm saying? Nigga Cats and Chuck Taylors, nigga Active Chucks, nigga. You don't see our own unique culture? Nigga, it's in everything that we do. This is what the Europeans want to exploit. So you want to devalue our culture, right? Let me get to this other one. So that was the Hausa. Now we're going to get to the Fulanis. Hold on. So that's not the only tribe, you know, if he wants to argue that that they're infidels because they still honor their shit. It's customary. So we're going to get to the Fulanis, right? See, I told y'all you teach. It's different levels to this leadership shit. This dude sounded like he was a goon, and because he was a goon and went through the wars that all other gangsters went through, that he should be a gangster, that he's a thinker. This is what he's trying to suppose, and here we are teaching him so early into his YouTube career. You know what I'm saying? Your first impression was big. But big for what? Let's get to this. Story of the Fulani.
The Fulani people, one of the largest nomadic groups in the world, are found across West Africa. They possess a rich cultural heritage, deeply rooted in their pastoral way of life. Many Fulani people are devout Muslims, having embraced Islam over 1,000 years ago. Islam influences their daily life, guiding moral, social, and political decisions. Traditional Islamic practices such as prayer, fasting, and charity play a key role in their spiritual life. Sufism, a mystical Islamic tradition, has also shaped the religious practices of many Fulani. Fulani religious leaders, or imams, guide their communities through spiritual and ethical challenges. In the 19th century, the Fulani Jihad helped spread Islam across West Africa, led by Uthman Dan Fodio. Today, the Fulani continue to practice and preserve their Islamic faith, blending it with their unique cultural identity.
Blending it, their Islamic faith. They keep that. Went to war for Islam to spread Islam, but they still keep their faith blending with their unique cultural identity. This is permissible by the in the Quran. This is nothing that's opposed to Islam. Now, if Big U is getting out there and sinning and going against Islamic beliefs, then that's something him and the Most High Allah has to deal with on his day of reckoning. That's not for me nor you to even judge. You think you're God? You're Triple G. How can you be God and make such decisions and judge someone on their religious practices? Nigga, where's your standard at? What have you done for the community? What have you done for the kids in your hood? Didn't you just get $6 million? Nigga, I ain't seen you at the 5K Peace Walk. I ain't seen you on Skid Row. I ain't seen you doing no back to school supply drives, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga come around here like shit sweet talking about Big U was a bad leader and he needs to do this, all the while begging a motherfucking mountaineer to do something in your community when you just had 6 million, nigga. Get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit, nigga. Now, if the white boy go for it, that's your play. But good luck with that. That nigga put you in jail. Now Dirk become a Muslim in the middle of the heat, but Big U been practicing. Now he has silence to regroup his spirit. Gumby is snitching. Listen, I told y'all what y'all thought. OG Mac Drama, salute. What up, Funk? Real Tune TV, I think he's a Hoover from Texas. That's whose platform he's on. Oh man, they said he sounds scared. Sound like he in a trap house basing, you using the plug for Active Chucks. Myron, Sight Sim Dog, salute, bro. We ain't on Active Chucks though. That CS2 back hit my channel. I might be able to go live tomorrow, man. He insinuating that Big U was scared in prison. G, yeah, get the hell out of here. Never heard Big U say he was the king of a motherfucker. Bro, Big U told me he don't run nothing, nigga. He run himself. That's all he want to be responsible for. Himself and them children, nigga. That nigga don't give a fuck about nothing else. Believe me. His businesses. You know what I'm saying? I believe Hawk when he said Gumby was fucked in prison. That nigga is definitely levels and whack on level 1 still. He working for CS2. Shit crazy to even hear so-called grown-ass men with stripes talk like that. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Salute, Mike B. Deuce, I'll say it. Hayden Clout. All right, Jerry said Hayden Clout. LA is that why he stabbed him and got away with it. He was a Vic. I was ready to do life at 19. Lou for the Lou, yeah. Yep, he said Big Devil poked him with a knife, but Hawk said it wasn't a knife, it was a penis. Nah, bro. Hawk said that. They talking about, listen, I don't want to get into their politics, but or even to speak up on they what you call it. But nah, he got poked with a knife. That nigga just saying that, bro. Growth is part of what you call it, and that's the crazy shit. As time goes, your mind grows. At least it's supposed to go. His only accomplishment is learning to twist his mouth like Major League Curveball. Nigga, he got the Bobby Brown jaw, nigga. That nigga got that Bobby Brown, nigga, that nigga off that Christina Aguilera. Is that what's going on? Don't tell me that nigga smoked off $6 million on all Christina Aguilera, nigga. That nigga, that you know this Christina Aguilera laced with the Fetty Wap, nigga. That nigga, that fentanyl, nigga. That nigga, that fentanyl and crystal got the nigga mouth like Bobby Brown, nigga. Free Big U till it's over. OG Dumby. Ain't no community uprising. Damn Deuce COINTELPRO gonna get you keep talking like this. Hey, bro, I don't give a fuck. They gotta get me. Cause listen, bro, we got one life. I chose my direction, and my direction was to leave this place in a little better position than I found it, and that's by sacrificing for our people. Economically, building forward. Let's go. Jason, S Media, Free Big U. Hey, listen, Jason, Free You Big. Really, G? Let me see. Free Big U, man. Deuce on fire. Minister Supreme L. Bay. Salute to Chirac in the building. Gumby didn't sow nothing but throw hood parties and fuck the money off that he won. Now he out here bending over to get fucked on no jumper, begging at him. Gumby spent this money, so he's mad at everybody else. It's his fault. Jason or you Big Free. That shit funny, bro. Let me see. Spent it all. That's why he running around clout chasing. Wow. You Free Big. Nobody knows what Gumby did with all those millions. He still hangs out on 92nd and Hoover going in stores, getting Sunny Delights on credit. These niggas is stupid. But folks' mouth twisted like he sucked that glass dick, G. Free Big U, yeah, that ancestry don't work for us melanated because it don't go that far back. Our roots date deeper. Gumbo. Shout out Spirit Wonder, salute, Deuce Drop Knowledge. But yeah, man, one more time, I'm going to let y'all hear that without interrupting about the Fulani people. And then we're going to get into some comedy.
The Fulani people, one of the largest nomadic groups in the world, are found across West Africa. They possess a rich cultural heritage, deeply rooted in their pastoral way of life. Many Fulani people are devout Muslims, having embraced Islam over 1,000 years ago. Islam influences their daily life, guiding moral, social, and political decisions. Traditional Islamic practices such as prayer, fasting, and charity play a key role in their spiritual life. Sufism, a mystical Islamic tradition, has also shaped the religious practices of many Fulani. Fulani religious leaders, or imams, guide their communities through spiritual and ethical challenges. In the 19th century, the Fulani Jihad helped spread Islam across West Africa, led by Uthman Dan Fodio. Today, the Fulani continue to practice and preserve their Islamic faith, blending it with their unique cultural identity. The Fulani people, one of the largest nomadic groups in the world.
So that you're able to preserve your culture. Islam was not started to undermine and brainwash everybody else and just replace it with Islam. You could argue it's controlling because Islam is a way of life, but you're seeing the Fulani, you're seeing the Hausa able to preserve their culture, their community, their village, you know what I'm saying, their customs, you know what I'm saying? But because you only associate Hoover and Crips to gangbanging, your mind hasn't evolved to understand the different levels from gangbangers. You obviously still, your growth been stunted and stagnated to the point where you're thinking right now. You know what I'm saying? Big U probably didn't just get to where he was at overnight. It was a process. And then even when he got where he was at, he still dealt with trauma and all kind of other things that we've talked about. You know what I'm saying? And it's a day-to-day thing, kind of like a drug addict or an AA on the 12 steps where they say, if you're an alcoholic, you always an alcoholic because all it takes is that one drink. When you got anger issues, all it takes is that one nigga to cross me and you black out and you break a nigga neck or something, right? That's all that comes to my motherfucking mind when I think about the evolution of a gang member and where you at on that totem pole. But yet you got enough insight and credibility to talk about the throne. Big U wasn't in the throne, nigga. Big U was on his throne. And if you trying to be on your throne in your neighborhood, then you got to polish your game up, player. You got to be doing a whole lot better to where a nigga can come punch holes all through that fake-ass bullshit narrative you try to spin. That shit transparent, bro. I didn't even see all of that video and was able to see that. But back to the story, and then you should be appreciative of the work that Big U put in, nigga, when they was when them niggas moved on your homeboys, nigga. If he was a second-rate citizen, he wouldn't even have any kind of influence and or say-so in the matter, nigga. But he got cracking and stood on what was right as black people. Nigga, if you don't understand that nigga represents blackness, obviously he got his own character and other ways that I never experienced, right? But primarily, when you talk to him, what he walks, what he talks is about his community and it's about his people, bro. He might have robbed a nigga 30 years ago when he was gangbanging. I'm not here to talk about none of that. What I'm talking about is if you know that nigga made that decision to stand on what was right, you wouldn't be attacking that man wrongly. You'll be a little bit more appreciative. Let me see what's up with this content. Hold on, what the nigga say? They say that nigga smoked all Big's million off, and now he working for CS2 back, weenie pussy, no 100. All B's now. Shout out G Principal. Hold on. I just got some from let me see what this is. The team sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had the direction I was gonna go. And then this nigga CS2 back try to act as if he defending Big U name. Nigga, you don't speak on behalf of Big U. Last week, we heard publicly from Big U, nigga, you was working. So figure that out. You know what I'm saying? He said, y'all take that for what you want. Nigga, that's the last we heard. Where the fuck you get off acting as if you was man, I don't even want to play that shit. Smoked out respectfully. We not gonna do that one. We on something else. So let's go to this real quick, right? I'll do my job and read some shit for y'all real quick. So this was the Vibe interview with Big U, right? Developing options. This is something we still teaching Triple G. Hashtag Triple G in the chat. Hashtag ETE, hashtag Triple G, right? We need oh yeah, my phone finna die. Damn. I'll plug it up. My bad, man. I got 40-something people on my IG live. And my phone finna die. I'll read that afterwards. Let me get to this documentary. I was gonna read this Vibe article to y'all with interview with Big U. We're gonna get into that, but because I gotta find my charger, so my people on Insta don't lose it, we'll start with the video. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to listen to what the myth, the mystique it is to be Big U and all of the disturbing lies. Let's go to this. Big U family reveals disturbing details about him. This is Rap Daily. They have 385,000 subscribers. Clickbait a month ago. Big U family, like they're exposing Big U. And then they got the picture of Dayon. Let's get to this real quick, man. Salute to Dayon.
Done. That's Big U's son, Dayon Henley, and he's revealing some disturbing family secrets. For years, the Henley to this moment, but it's still major that I got that done. That's Big U's son, Dayon Henley, and he's revealing some disturbing family secrets. For years, the Henleys stayed quiet while Big U ran the streets like a kingpin. But now, with fraud charges, murder accusations, and even ties to Nipsey's death, it looks like the family is finally opening up about his dark past. Big U is under fire, and his own blood is making some shocking revelations. Let's get into it. Family drama as Big U gets locked up. The hip-hop community is shook after Eugene Big U Henley Jr., one of the most connected OGs in Los Angeles, got snatched up by the feds on some heavyweight charges. Yeah. This whole situation ain't just affecting Big U. It's got his entire family, especially his NFL star son, caught up in a storm they never asked for. We'll get back to this, but let's check out what actually went down with Big U. Big U ain't just another name in these South Central streets. At 58, this cat has been playing both sides of the game for decades. On the legit tip, he styled himself as a community activist, founder of that Developing Options nonprofit for the youth, and helped launch some major hip-hop careers, including the late great Nipsey Hussle. But flip that same coin, and according to the feds, this man is the longtime shot caller for one of the most notorious sets in LA, the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips. The Rollin 60s ain't no small-time crew. We talking about one of the biggest gangs in Los Angeles, rolling deep with about 1,600 members. Formed in 1976 as a clique of Stanley, Tookie Williams Westside Crips, these dudes got a rep summed up by their own saying, "You ain't a Rollin 60 till you kill a 60. That's straight savage, showing how they keep it cracking both inside and outside the set. Their history is marked by some real grimy incidents, like the 1984 accidental smoke of Kermit Alexander's whole family, and the 1988 hitting of Karen Toshima, who caught a stray in some gang crossfire. For years, Big U's been playing this double-life gang boss and community figure. Dude's been featured in documentaries, podcasts, on the grandma pushing that I'm reformed after my bid narrative, but according to the boys in blue, this was all cap, just a front to mask what was really popping behind the scenes. In March 2025, the whole facade came crashing down when the feds put the cuffs on Big U and 18 other Rollin 60s members and associates. The paperwork from the Department of Justice wasn't playing around, charging Big U in a federal complaint claiming he was running a whole criminal enterprise involved in all types of racketeering activities. This ain't some little legal hiccup. We're talking major federal charges that could potentially have him locked down for life. And trust, the charges didn't stop there. By the end of March, Big U was facing a 43-count indictment with everything from RICO violations to murder, kidnapping, stick-ups, extortion, wire fraud, embezzlement, human trafficking, and weapons charges. Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally kept it a buck when he stated, as the indictment alleges, Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise whose conduct ranged from murder to sophisticated fraud. The wildest allegation in the whole case? The murk of Rayshawn Williams, an up-and-coming rapper signed to Big U's Unique music label, who was found dead in Vegas in 2021. According to the indictment, this wasn't just any random body. It was allegedly a calculated hit over a diss track. Let's break down what supposedly went down with Rayshawn Williams, this 21-year-old aspiring spitter who actually had personal ties to Big U. Williams played high school ball with Big U's son, Damu Henley, who's now getting that NFL bag with the LA Chargers. Williams was signed to Big U's label, Unique Music, and had been flown out to Vegas with tickets and an Airbnb all paid for by the label. According to the feds, Williams laid down a track dissing Big U, with bars that basically predicted his own fate, spitting lines like the bro that makes some money, and that he might get popped for thinking shit funny. When Big U caught wind of this track, prosecutors claim he pulled up on Williams in Vegas. What allegedly popped off next is straight cold. According to the federal complaint, Big U and his co-D Sylvester Robinson, aka Vay, drove Williams out to North Las Vegas, wet him up with multiple face shots from a .38, and dumped his body off Interstate 15, leaving him in a ditch. They then supposedly told studio workers to keep their mouths shut and scrub the security footage to cover their tracks. Williams' body was discovered near a Nevada landfill, about 4 miles northeast of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The Clark County coroner confirmed his identity and ruled the death a homicide from gunshot wounds. After Williams got murked, there were social media posts demanding answers from Big U, which he curved completely, making the whole situation even more sus. Rayshawn Williams' mom, Shadonna Brown, hasn't been quiet about who she thinks did her son dirty. In a statement on TMZ, she claimed Big U was the one who took her son's life and expressed she wants the system to throw the whole book at him. The case got even spicier, with allegations that Big U initially refused to give up his DNA for testing, forcing the cops to get a warrant. There's a video.
And then they got to testing, and this what he ain't saying. Then they got to testing, and it came back inconclusive, not a match for any DNA that was found. Big T said, my cousin and about 3 homies was on the yard with draws in Calipat. Trust and believe he was about Rolando business. Hey, Big T, man, I appreciate that. But Big U don't even give a fuck about proving nothing to nobody, let alone a nigga like this, that you could dig right through his lies. This nigga's a goofy for that. Triple G in the chat. Let's finish this little shit. This the type of shit that niggas go through. We ain't heard nothing. He talking about what the prosecution talk about. Okay, listen to the prosecution. But this nigga ain't said nothing about what Dayon said yet. We 5 minutes in.
Making rounds online with some serious claims about DNA evidence in the case. According to the clip, Big U's DNA was supposedly found on Williams' fingernails, suggesting there was a physical scuffle before Williams got smoked.
So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. And look who lied. The motherfucking Crip cop. I'm so glad we got the internet. So these debriefers came out talking about bold letters, DNA from Big U found on fingernails of dead football player. Crenshaw High School letterman, rest in peace, Rayshawn Williams. This is what they're trying to charge Big U for now. They still ain't officially charged him. But, hey, y'all thought that them niggas cared about who was rats? I don't want nobody asking me about did Baby Gangsta snitch again. I don't want niggas asking me or running content on did Bridie snitch. Bro, if the exposers bring it, it's fake work. I'm just assuming it's fake work. I don't even want to. if I have no value in their credibility, zero, zilch, period. They've lied too long. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, remember I was the rat. I got to work on Lamonte and the Hunted side. But look at the Crip cop implicating Big U on social media and murders. Crazy.
You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on this?
Conversation. Crip cop.
Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
But the murder beef ain't the only serious charge Big U is facing. The feds claim he was running what they describe as a mafia-like organization from 2010 to March 2025. This Big U enterprise, as they're calling it in the indictment, allegedly used his status and gang connections to put pressure on businesses and individuals, including pro athletes and music artists, forcing them to check in for protection. Big U is also accused of running some serious financial scams. Supposedly, he submitted a fraudulent COVID-19 relief loan application for Unique Music, claiming his label was up $200,000 in 2019 when it actually took an L of $5,000, which would have made him ineligible for the loan. On top of that, he's charged with jacking donations from his charity, Developing Options, which was getting paper from the City of Los Angeles' mayor's office through the Grid Foundation, partially federally funded, and donations from ballers like Shaq and Draymond Green. The indictment paints a picture of a man who used his public image as a reformed gang member and community activist to mask ongoing criminal activities. The charges suggest that his nonprofit and music moves were just fronts for illegal operations, using his rep to create both clout and fear, boosting his influence and intimidation game. After getting knocked, Big U showed up in court with his hands and feet in shackles. He was ordered to stay locked up in federal custody until a detention hearing on March 31st, 2025. On April 8, 2025, he pleaded not guilty to all charges in a downtown Los Angeles courthouse, with his trial set to pop off on May 20th, 2025. Before turning himself in, Big U dropped some videos denying all the allegations, claiming they were motivated by racial bias and haters. In one video, he stated, "This is the price of being black," and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you.
Hey,
His lawyer, John
Lou.
Targowski, emphasized that Big U looks forward to a vigorous defense of these charges and maintains his innocence. The case against Big U is part of a bigger crackdown on gang activity in Los Angeles, dubbed Operation Drawdown. Along with Big U, several other alleged gang members got snatched up, including Sylvester Robinson, 59, known as Vay, and Mark Martin, 50, known as Bear Claw, who are facing the same heat. The investigation, which the FBI started cooking up in August 2020, and then focused more on Big U's alleged enterprise in the following year, involved multiple agencies including the FBI Los Angeles, IRS Criminal Investigation, and North Las Vegas PD, showing how serious they're taking this whole situation. The upcoming trial, set to kick off in 2 weeks from now, May 6, 2025, could have major implications not just for Big U and his co-defendants, but also for gang intervention programs and how people view community leaders in Los Angeles. If convicted, Big U is looking at potentially life in the pen, while his alleged accomplices like Robinson and Martin are facing up to 20 years. When we look at this whole situation, we got to consider the bigger picture of gang culture in Los Angeles and how community activism and street life can get tangled up. The allegations against Big U got people asking real questions about the role of former gang members in intervention programs and the challenges of addressing gang-related crime in urban communities. Rumors swirl around Nipsey Hussle connection. Now let's get into the most controversial part of this whole saga. All the chatter and speculation about Big U's relationship with Nipsey Hussle and what went down with Hussle's death. I gotta keep it a stack with y'all. These are just rumors and allegations, not confirmed facts, and they ain't part of the official paperwork against Big U. But this talk has been all over the streets and the internet, so we need to address what people are saying.
This is the kind of content on the internet. So after making all of these allegations, talking about the Rayshawn and the blood and spilling all of these, and then he lets you know that they were rumors. We're gonna cut him out now. You know what I'm saying? That's a little too much of that. It just ain't to my liking, bro. How you gonna talk about these as rumors after you listed all of these things? You done took a nigga through a whole rabbit hole. So let's get to this. I don't like to focus on the negative. Maybe that's what everybody else like to do because they think that's what's going to get them on. I beg to differ, man. I think my niche is a little bit better. The Damu Kiwe Conversation movement is a little bit different. In my city, checking in is a must. On Bees, you was the first to challenge the bullshit. You know who got an answer for all that shit he did on here, internet? Rabbit got the gun now. Oh, my edible salute. That's a fact. So let me read this to y'all, man. Even though I'm high, hungry, you know what I'm saying? We just got home. All right, boom. Nigga tired. So let's get to some of this. Boom. You want to talk about being the head Crip and shot caller in LA. That's what this boy wants to talk about, right? This is what Big U was talking about, my nigga. You on No Jumper looking for a handout from a mountaineer, and this nigga's in the Vibe magazine. Big U speaks on Nipsey Hussle's impact, developing options program, and Crenshaw's legacy. The marathon continues. Big U pays homage to Nipsey Hussle's legacy. This was in 2020, April 2nd. They showed a picture of Draws hugging Nip. Nipsey Hussle and Eugene Big U Henley attend a Craft Syndicate music collaboration. A Craft Syndicate music collaboration unveiling event at Opera Atlanta. This in Atlanta, Georgia. Him and Nip down there talking about the positivity that these niggas was doing, developing options. To hear passionate words from the man who first believed in the cultural phenom that we now have experienced as Ermias Nipsey Hussle Ashkedon is fulfilling and heartbreaking at the same time. Eugene Big U Henley, the respected former gang leader, now community activist, speaks of the late. Let's stop right there. Let's list. I want to list some community activists, right? Community activists. And you tell me the most gangstest nigga you done heard come out of LA. And you list all the community activists from Malcolm X to Martin Luther King. Which one of them is the legacy a grown man want to leave his child? You think me gang sliding across the train tracks and hopping out doing my stuff is what I want to instill in my son and the next generation? That kind of foolishness, bro. Nigga, community activists mean you're active. You're on the scene. How could you take that? Say you were right, that Big U didn't come to jail as a Muslim, that he lied about becoming a Muslim when he went to Chicago. Say all of you right about all of that. And that if you say that you want to be a Muslim at that point, that means you's a buster and a second-class citizen in jail. Say you was telling the truth about all of that. Do you think that a man worshiping the Most High gives a fuck what you think? Do you think that he would not prefer to be seen as a buster in your eyes and as a key follower and student of the Most High, of Allah, God? That's just assuming what you said was true, which we already poke holes through. But let me get back to this. Community activist speaks of the late artist like a brother, a son, and a warrior in arms to better the area they both hold and held dear to their hearts, the Crenshaw and Slauson blocks of their neighborhood in Los Angeles. A few days after Nipsey's murder, Big U helped organize one of the biggest gatherings of rival gangs from all over LA to show unity and oneness with a peaceful, nonviolent march through the streets, ending at the Marathon store. We gonna bring it all to the Marathon store. Everybody welcome. Brims is welcome. They Trey Gangsters, Lil Sody, rest in peace, was there. The Hoovers pulled up. Big U made that happen, nigga. Powerful. Nigga, you talking about power as a Crip, a gangbanger. Nigga, it's levels to this shit. When you know better, you do better. You lost, bro. This nigga slow. What a year of reflection on the untimely and senseless death of Nipsey. Big U linked up with noted interviewer Jackie Jasper and let Vibe in on his thoughts and feelings around the talent, heart, and spirit of his former artists, as well as the social impact they both have had for the Crenshaw community. This intimate conversation proves to be rare and revealing in the remembrance of Nipsey's life and a full spectrum look at a Big U that we don't get to witness often. This is where the imprint of peace and power meets the driving force in the Marathon Continues movement. See, I'm reading this article for a reason, and y'all gonna get it and tie it back in to Gumby's mentality versus mentality of a real black leader. You know what I'm saying? Big U. The ultimate goal is to be for young African-American kids what the YMCA and these other places could have and should have been. They probably were a lot of good things to other people. They just weren't to us because I never had one of them out here. The only thing we had, he's pressing about the YMCA not being out here for these kids. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we had as was the part, so I don't really know what the experience was. I always hear them talk about the YMCA and the boys club in the Crenshaw area. We don't have one. So you decided to make one. Yeah, definitely. I wanted to be the pioneer, the first to do it. Growing up, because most neighborhoods in California are infested with gangs. So for us being at the area where we at, Crenshaw and Slauson, for us to play football, tackle football, we had to go to another area to play. We couldn't play in our neighborhood. That was a thing I grew up with. That was a motivating factor as far as tackle football. We had Van Ness Park so we could play baseball, basketball, but if you wanted to play tackle football, you had to travel. How long have you had the program going on for these inner city kids? It started in 2003. I came home in 2004. So do anybody, real quick in the chat, do anybody know how old Gumby is, Triple G? Anybody in the chat know how old Gumby is? Because he said he was 19 when he wanted to get Big U, and Big U did some busted shit. Could you tell me anybody who knows how old this dude Gumby is? Gumby is jealous of Big U, facts. Nah, I think that jealousy comes from Whack and he just working for Whack. 50 years old. Okay, so you saying if he's 50, he was 19. God damn. He's 50 years old, and he said he was 19. So you talking about 31 years ago, this nigga saying this happened. 31 years ago. Bro, y'all believe that? Because he didn't turn Muslim till he got out, late 40s, early 50s. So, but it had to be, even if he's late 40s, he had to be 19. Bro, this nigga probably lying. Because when Big U turned Muslim was when he first went to the pen for the 13 years. But let's go. When he went to Chicago, 50. Don't know. He looked 50. He looked 60s with that Bobby Brown jaw action. So anyway, key point. He told me this before. Y'all might not knew that. The name of his nonprofit is still Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network. He started that when he was in jail, which is his parent company. But we also do business as Developing Options. So there's that. Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network is the mother company, and Developing Option is a subsidiary. When I recreated it, I was actually still in prison. So while you on some gangbang shit, this nigga up in prison thinking about bettering these kids. This is how you become a leader and have that kind of influence in the community. I knew I wanted to come home and do things that would move me in the right direction of helping my community and the kids in my community. So I'm quite sure Islam had a lot to do with that, with community. The Ummah. Now, from this program you've had going on for over 15 years, how many kids have gone on to achieve excellence in something like the NFL because you've allowed them a safe place to play football? Through Robert Garrett and our program at Crenshaw High School, we've had about 8 or 9 kids that have made it to the NFL. In 15 years, he put 8 or 9 kids in the NFL, or that they touched and influenced in some kind of way. I always want to give credit to Robert Garrett and Crenshaw High School because he took a chance on bringing Big U to the school. It's people like that who take chances on me or care to. He was a coach and a teacher at Crenshaw High, and he was the first one to allow me and Martin Bearclaw to come on the school campus and to be mentors to the kids. A lot of kids grow up and they look up to us. Just things like paying for the banquets, being there to administrate the kids, helping kids get home, buying them clothes, whatever they need to succeed. You talking about running a Crip organization and being the big Crip, and you don't know what it sound like till you get these wiretaps, and this nigga Big U is dropping off kids way in the IE. Nigga going out his way, taking his time. Nigga, you talking about being the leader of a fucking gang organization. Hashtag Triple G in the chat, man. Yeah, this nigga's a goofy. A lot of kids grow up and they look up to us, buying them clothes, whatever they to succeed. Any popular names that made it through that we might know of? Yes, DeAnthony Thomas of the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, listen, man, Chiefs Kingdom, salute Chiefs Kingdom. And he just went to the Baltimore Ravens. Greg Decree, Marcus Martin, all of Crenshaw. Any kids that came out of California that have made it, they all came out of Crenshaw. How do others get involved in a program that are outside of your unit? Is there any way of doing that, or do you not allow that? No, everyone's involved. We get help and assistance from the likes of Chris Brown, Sean Kingston, Corrupt. My biggest supporter is Wiz Khalifa. Always want to shout out Josh Smith. Deshaun Jackson is one of our strongest supporters. Anyone can reach out. But my next step is getting a building that can be a source to help kids educationally. We've always been strong reaching kids through our athletic programs, but I really want to reach kids educationally right now. I'm looking for a school. Nigga, you talking about running the Crips, and Big U is talking about getting a school for the community. This is crazy. He got a 40-year grudge and never pulled up. Yeah, sure. We got a super chat. Iceman Vamp with the $5 super chat. I think Gumby 48 years old. 48. Yeah, he's nasty work, bro. Detectives don't even have to do anything. Social media is doing it for them. Like 42 or 43. We talking about 600, right? Nah, we was talking about Gumby, whack ass paperwork. Plus being stuck in that traffic on the 10 headed to the IE. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nigga, that nigga fall asleep. Nigga, I got video of that nigga sleep at the studio trying to just hang out, bro. Nigga falling asleep, them kids whooping his ass. Nigga, sometimes he got 12, 13 kids living with him at one time. Nigga, he taking care of them boys, teaching them niggas how to water the line. Nigga, wait till y'all get the motherfucking wiretaps on this indictment, nigga. We got all that shit. Nigga, this nigga talking about some running some Crips. You niggas is so lost. But that's the type of niggas the internet like. Shit, brazy. You want to get them strong on the academics. I do that already, right? But it's more than just me. For about the last 10 years, I had about 30 kids that I've coached and mentored personally. I'm happy to say about 12 of them are in college right now. All Division I colleges right now. My son is at Reno. Darius is at Dixie State. David is in the U.S. Air Force. Nigel's at UCLA. So I have kids all over the Pac-12. That's amazing. Where did you get this vision from? Was it from the lack of the access to those types of healthy outlets? So you wanted to give the next generation? I got the vision for it while in incarceration. And then here go a picture of Big U while he was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Wow, how old was I? What prison? I was on my student shit. I prepared for this freedom walk while I was incarcerated. He got the proof. While you on there talking about you want to get him because he turned Muslim, he had a direction. You seem to have zero. Now I manage over millions in state and government accounts, have over 21 full-time employees, over 15 years doing what I study for, helping our people. How many employees you got, Gumby? You over here soft shoe pressing and but yet begging, aggressive panhandling, hashtag aggressive panhandler, hashtag triple G. You know what I'm saying? But how many employees you had? $6 million. How many employees you had, Gumby, before you smoked it all? Right? None of it's dealing with entertainment or music. And yes, I'm not finished. About to start this youth mentoring program. 2 days a week, 2 hours after school. We're going to keep unique in the world, the unique way. Always thankful to at Snoop Dogg for taking a chance on the hoodster. He's doing all of this, and his old ass still give it up for the hustlers, right? Snoop Special Stars, Crenshaw District is running point on this one. Reach out to Dynasty Doe. Salute to Doe Boy, man. Got you now. Got you. Now, were you Nipsey Hussle's manager? No. Nipsey was actually signed to me. He was signed to me for production. But I was also doing a little management too, me and Steve Lobel. I brought Steve in to be our front man because you know how hard it was to be Big U. My reputation precedes me. I had to put a white face in front of a black situation. And because we were moving at that time, I was half and Steve was half. But no, he was signed to me at Unique Music, my production company, right? So Big U signed Nipsey to his production company. That's why he had the owed the mechanical royalty for 10 years. Our hearts are broken. There's so much to say. But for now, my condolences to all his family, friends, and fans around the world. Whoever knew when the three of us started this marathon 12 years ago, it would end like this. Fuck, fuck, fuck. We love you. Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Hashtag Big U at Big U1. Hashtag rest in peace, Thundercat. Hashtag we working. We working and Steve Lobel, what you call it. Then there go Big U throwing up neighborhood, Nipsey, Steve Lobel. You know what I'm saying? These the ones that brought him out. These the ones that handled the business to position him with the deal that he had with Sony Urban. And there was a lot of other things, man. Look at them looking successful. Salute to them. Hey, Triple G. Oh, that's enough. Damn, I got to go back. So, all right, we got that. Since Nipsey's death, how's the community taking it? And what have you done for the community since then? How is the community supposed to take it now that the Marathon store is closing down? He said, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. I do the community work. I've always done the community work. I did the community work and Nip did the entertainment. I came home in 2004. I didn't pick Nipsey up until 2006, 2007. At that time, me, Suge Knight, and brother-in-law Rick were running together. Suge was giving me studio time. A lot of that early studio recording time with Nipsey was because of Suge. It was me coming home and trying to teach my whole community to love the community, to help them get an understanding of us and what Crenshaw was. People from the outside who didn't understand us were coming in and filming in the hood and writing books about the hood. And I said, y'all can't come in here no more. Know what I mean? The homies didn't understand that. But Nip did. So for all you niggas that wish, say y'all Nip fans and all of that, and wish that LA swagger saying, look, nigga, all these niggas coming to our communities, making money off of our culture, and we're not benefiting from it, nigga, that's out. We ain't accepting that no more. You know what I'm saying? Letting people come into your communities and build businesses, but they're not investing into the infrastructure or bringing resources to the community. This is socially conscious economics, nigga. This is actual power. Hey, Triple G, my nigga, just stay in your place, my nigga. Let's go. Helps our community. They are hard to get, but helps move mountains in our community. Bobby Brown didn't smoke that much dope. That's right. Dumby think he's balling because he gets to park his car at the hood liquor store. CS2 back exposed the fans have no use for his bozo ass. He talk a little too much. He going straight to PC something. Invite whack ass to your show. Get that nigga to talk about Uncle You. Oh man, that nigga can't never come to this one. Hey, GK, I don't know if you ain't hip, right? We will never allow that rat ass nigga to grace the presence of this stage. Ever. Dead homies, nigga. The only way he'll grace this one is if he lined it up with me and I knocked his bitch ass out, and then he came up here to make a public apology, and then I'll leave his bitch ass alone. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? So, Big U saying Nip understood that. He understood the power dynamics. If you look at the last speech Nip gave at my banquet, he said, I remember when Draws first came home, he was hard on everybody. But now I understand. You got to have your own. Listen, nigga. But now I understand. You got to have your own. You got to be your own. See? He got it. Nipsey got the independence, nigga. He was one of the very few people who truly understood that the message was, we need to do this ourselves. Fuck no jumper, nigga. This is that revolutionary spirit, nigga. Nigga, and you ain't got none of that in you, nigga. Nigga, we more closer to a pop message than some shit this nigga from Hoover Gumby was talking about, nigga. Nigga, you talking about what the white boy needs to give some jobs and look out for the groove. You want a job, nigga? Nigga, we want our own everything, nigga. I guess you cool with that, though. Adam Graham Mason, controlling and dictating and speaking on politics, exploiting politics that he don't have to hear when them mamas is crying because they son caught them shell. He ain't never walked through one of those type of funerals, hearing them just crying. He's not haunted by those type of things. Helicopters all night because it's up. He doesn't deal with that trauma that still pervades our community, nigga. So he exploits it. Big Draw said, nigga, Nipsey got it. The only one that got it, we need our own, nigga. Same thing with No Jumper. So I've been going on. I'm hungry. We could get back into this. I guess I'll pre-record it in the morning and release it. And y'all can get to it. But that was the reason I read this article. It was an old article. It highlighted the total contrast of two personalities from South Central. You got Gumby, this new internet sensation, who came out here smutting Big U, talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, lying and all kind of other shit. And then you got Big U. You got a nigga just like CS2 back. They got no problem with the system as is. How it's structured, institutionalized racism, the power dynamics. So while we want for our own in Black power, CS2 back and Triple G is going to support the system as is because they find a little bit of success in crumbs off of Master's table. Grumpy, you owe Big U an apology. In fact, you owe the Hoovers an apology for misrepresenting their intentions online, because that's not how they getting down. And for trying to put them in a trick bag with straight lies, nigga. Big U became a Muslim after reading, I think it was the Malcolm X autobiography. He was on the streets moving to Chicago because he was fucking up in LA. You talking about he turned this like in jail as if he was under pressure. Stop it. Stop the cap, nigga. Then you 19 years old, your homie, your G homie is a Muslim. He's being greeted by Big U as a Muslim. Whatever respect these two brothers that earned, and then you tell him, I want to get Big U, and he say, nigga, shut your motherfucking mouth. But then you say Big U's a buster for turning Muslim in there, but your homie, who you said wasn't on his deen, ain't a buster because he wasn't all the way with it. You sound confused. You sound like a hater. But don't forget what Big U represent, man. Black independence. Some other shit that's going to come through. I got to talk to him. I'm sure by the 13th I should be hearing back from him. The paperwork going to be dropping. And y'all know we going to have the content as soon as he can get it to us. But even more than that, I want to prepare a promotion plan for his businesses before the trial, because it's going to be on every news channel. You ain't going to get that kind of free promotion. We definitely got to monetize that however we can, whether it's the unique music app or whether it's the You Find It app. But salute to everybody, man. Hit that like button if y'all already ain't did it. Man, free Big U. ODM Slim said Dumby looks like Kermit the Frog. That nigga do look like a black-ass Kermit the Frog with that. My bad, I know a brother named Larry J from my way. Nothing personal. Hey, man, salute to everybody. I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, man, peace and blessings to my city, the land. Los Angeles, California, South Central. Salute to Compton Watts. Man, peace and blessings be to all of y'all, God people. We had a very integral period in time in our future. You know what I'm saying? The future of our children, the direction. You know what I'm saying? It's either we're going to be stuck as economic slaves and slaves to this federal government moving forward, nigga, or we're going to be able to break that cycle and get independence, economic independence on our own. It's a lot of education, and it's a lot of have our own, like Big U said. We need our own everything. Education system, own banks. That's what the fuck we need. So if y'all think and y'all cool with the system as is and the dynamics as a collective, not my own success as a rapper, as a business owner, as a podcaster, fuck my own success. We only strong as our weakest link. I'm talking about collectively. Us as melanated human beings, our communities, having $1.7 trillion every year in the United States. Our number one bank, Broadway Financial, our number one black-owned bank is only worth about $1 billion in assets. That's terrible. Jay-Z is worth more than the biggest black-owned bank in the United States. Oprah is worth more than the biggest black-owned bank in the United States. If we could get that $1.7 million to start banking through Broadway Financial, I think we'd be able to get a lot more loans and to build infrastructure across the nation. I think we'll be able to get a lot more loans to start businesses where we're giving out jobs. We don't have to complain about discrimination, which I just went through also. That's a whole nother topic. But salute to everybody, man. The Damu Kiwe Conversation. Salute.